towards the end of COVID I came here. I try and get down 3-4 times a week down here from Hull. Travelling an hour. It's an hour's drive every day, every time I come down. There's me, Jimmy, Joe Flynn, Anthony, Leo Pouillard. There's a few lads in the gym now who are similar weights to me, so there's
quite a bit in there. Obviously it's a busy weight category, and because there's quite a lot of them based here, all round and about the same weights, you do get a hell of a lot of people from surrounding areas travel down here for sparring, because they know that there's plenty of variety for them. Surfing, Lewis just being one of them, and they all can mix in together. It's a bit of a hotbed for that weight. If you need any sparring or any training, ring up here, and they know that there's going to be some, so it kind of like mixes in with all that lot in-house sparring. But then there's also people coming in consistently all the time, because there's plenty of them in here around that way. A couple of years, I think he can be knocking on the door for a British title in a couple of years. I'm 100% confident of that. Give or take around that time, see how he's developing, but he's the thing is, he's still got the youth on his side, so I'm kind of like, do I let him off at least? I know he's good enough, but when it comes to it, I want him to be fully ready, and not like saying, oh, it's just an opportunity what's come along regarding, like say he goes for an area title. It'll be like, let's just keep working away, we've kept him as active as we possibly can. He's been quite, how many fights? It'll be about 4 fights in a year or something.
Yeah, so obviously I had 2 fights since ended last year when COVID released, so straight back into it. Yeah,
so he's probably on 4 fights now from end of last year, and we're only like in May, so that's good for me to see how he's developing. And he has stepped. I've kept a good eye on opponents and things like that. Well, I think he's not going to have it easy, do you know what I mean, in these fights, but they're just bringing him on that little bit more, so probably a few more of them. If we can see here that, then I'd like to see him probably like we'd look and see, look, might be round about 12 fights or something then. What you're on, 9 or something in it? So maybe like 12 fights, and then say, right, let's go and maybe squeeze an 8-rounder in between that, and then say, right, this is probably preferred development bit what we've gone through, but then like have a crack at like area title. Then ideally try and get a defence, because I think defending it is good as well, getting experience of a 10 rounds, and then ideally for me, probably like go and have a crack at English title.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a massive following in Hull at the minute, it's only growing. My last fight at Hull City Hall, I couldn't even hear Ray talking in the corner, it was that loud. The atmosphere in there was
electric, really. It echoes as well in there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it felt like it was at Wembley, didn't it? It was that loud, well, not Wembley, but it felt that loud that there was a few thousand people in there, even though there was only probably 1,000 people in there. It felt like there was a lot of people in there. I've got amazing support from sponsors. I've got one who's helped me out with a car to get me to and from Doncaster to train. Lee Stevenson from Heritage Cars, so he sponsored me a free car so I can get to and from gym. Language is everything. Like today, he's been my main sponsor from the beginning. He gives me a monthly wage. Mark McGraw, he's kind of like a silent sponsor, but pays for my medical bills, everything I need is there. He's sorting me out. I've just got Swift caravans on board, and it's a big one. It's a big one for me to have on board, so they're another good one. SS Testing, they've come on sort of the beginning of this year, and they're helping support me, paying me a monthly wage as well. So I've got a lot of sponsors. Chill Cryotherapy, they help me out on my recovery. I've just got amazing support, not only from fans but from my sponsors as well. And yeah, so 2nd of July, Hull City Hall again, so it'll be another electric atmosphere in there. What is it, 8 weeks? We've got 7, 8 weeks away now, so plenty of time to get fit, get the rounds in sparring.
We're just on having a steady build up now. He's been back in a few weeks. I think you took a week's holiday, didn't you? He took a week's holiday with his family, just chill out a little bit, and we've just practiced a few things, but give him a little push today as we started to pick it up. Just for anybody watching or whatever, it's kind of like when you're training someone like Lewis, you have to have that balance and things like that. this is my opinion on it anyway. Some people think they go flat out or whatever, but it's important for him to have a rest, let that body recover, because he's had 4 fights in pretty quick time, so just let his body heal a little bit, eat some normal food, things like that, instead of constant dieting. And then it's not like all full steam ahead. It's like, because he's in good shape and looks after himself and things like that, it's not a weight loss camp. We don't really have to focus too much on that at this minute in time. We can focus on the boxing aspect of it, improving things, because he's in good shape. It's not just dropping weight. He can work on perfecting a jab, he can work on sitting down on shots, he can work on moving his head, all these things what you have to do to improve yourself as a fighter.
You know what, my fight's the 2nd of July, Hull City Hall, tickets are on sale. People who want to come down and support, contact me through social media. Thanks to all my sponsors as well. Obviously without sponsors backing me, I couldn't do what I can do now, and I couldn't be training as much as I'm training. And yeah, it gives me that free roam, and I can train when I want. Really, I can do what I want. I can diet good. I can have all my supplements because my sponsors are enabling me to do that. And without sponsors, I wouldn't be able to do that. So, massive shout out to all my sponsors who are backing me. They all know who they are. Obviously, the people who come watch me every fight, people who haven't missed a fight, or people who have always watched the fights and messaged me straight after, congratulating me. Like, it doesn't all go unmissed. I see it all, and it's a massive push for me, and obviously that is what gives me the drive to make something good out of myself, and obviously put Hull. I know Hull's already been kind of a boxing city as it is with Luke Campbell, Tommy, and obviously bring it back now they've both retired. I want it all to come back to Hull again, and that's what the fans are there for. I'm
going to mirror what Lewis has said, especially with sponsors, because we are sponsors. These young kids who are wanting to do well in life and try and inspire the next generation. He was inspired by someone at one point, and it gives people a little bit of hope. It gives people think, look, this kid's doing well in life, why don't we get behind him and support him? And we are them sponsors and things like that. You can't do it, so a big shout out to all the sponsors, and same with fans and things like that. I put my heart and soul into him, he puts his heart and soul into training, and we just want to do well, and we want. It's nice that people in his hometown and that come out to support him.